It's been a while since I made one of these. The skits aren't back regularly. I just needed to take a video to, the whole point of this video is pretty much just to say, remember how I went back to doing 7 days a week for the videos on Sundays? Well, I'm going back to taking Sundays off. That's the whole point of the video. If you don't want to sit through it, you're not missing. That's it. So everything's staying the same, exactly the same. 3 days of video, three times a day, 6 days a week. I'm just changing Sundays again. I'm going back to taking Sundays off. All right. So for those of you that are staying and wondering why, man, my son started school, pre-K, and I've been working, if you want to call whatever this is work. I've been working overnight since the pandemic. Not doing videos at first. During the pandemic, I was a freelance writer, right? Doing clients, not doing clients, but taking on their work and whatever, freelance writing gigs. And somehow, some way, it became an overnight thing. I remember during the pandemic, we were all unemployed, and then I found my writing work and stuff. I fully transitioned into writing during the pandemic, so I wasn't unemployed. I found work, I found my career at that point, right? But before then, everyone was chilling at home. You remember the pandemic, right? Me and my wife pretty much were locked inside together, and I remember just slowly we would stay up late, and then I wound up staying up later than her, and then I started to work overnight a little bit, and then it just became this thing where I was working overnight now. And fast forward to when my son was born, my wife Amanda was going through such bad postpartum, and there was no way that we were both gonna sleep at the same time, knowing her and how scared she was, and God, what a time, right? So I remember saying, okay, I'ma just keep working overnight, and I'll watch the baby overnight so you can sleep the full night. And it just stayed, dude. What are we, 5 years from the pandemic now? And it's ingrained in me to film overnight, get my work, edit overnight, and brainstorm overnight, and have that personal time to myself to be creative. Fast forward to September 2025, this month, my son started pre-K, and at first we were doing the school bus, because I work overnight, and just getting up to drive him and then going back to bed, when it worked. Well, guess what? School bus people suck, right? It was working at first. It was like a lot less than a 10-minute ride, and then they switched up the routes because I guess more kids, it was getting overcrowded, and then they had to split the buses up, and then his 10-minute ride turned into a 50-minute ride. And he's 4. And that's a long day. You know what I mean? Some people don't have a choice, though. I know that. But we do, right? My wife works part-time in the daytime. So now we pull him from the bus, and I still work overnight. I go to sleep from 5 to 7:30. So do the math there. Then I drive him to school, and then I come home and I sleep from that time until 1. So I'm no longer getting a full night's sleep. And started doing stand-up again, right? And I'm still doing my short form content that's also, helping my career. So it's a lot on my plate. So that's why I'm taking Sundays off again. I know I could probably film during the day, switch things around, but I'm just being open here. I don't know if I can sleep while they sleep. I feel like I'm like the watch guard at night. I don't know, I guess I developed the paranoia too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, I can't sleep knowing my son's sleeping and my wife is asleep. Like I'm so used to sleeping while they're awake. And if they need me, they can come get me. I don't want to be the last to know if, someone's at the window or something's smoking, or 5 years of working overnight and I can't. I don't know. So, nobody told me to go back to stand-up comedy either, but I love it. I started that in 2014 and going back to it because, my short form content, people want to see me live and stuff. And I've been doing open mics every week to perfect the set, so that when I am in front of people on the 12th of October and September 27th coming up, and all my other shows, that I'm crisp. So I tend to take on more work than I can handle a lot of the time. So that's again why I'm just taking off Sundays. I know I'm rambling. It's just very cathartic because I've been really tired. And I don't want to burden Amanda with any of this crap, you know what I mean? She's already so consumed with him going to school and wants that to go perfect. And she has her own things going on, so I'm not here to complain, The thing about content creation, I'm sure as a viewer, you may want to say, hey, just make one video a day. Or make 3 videos a day, three videos a week, or make 1 video a week. But the less content you make, the less you earn. And I'm not, greedy. I'm not trying to wring YouTube out of money. I'm not like that. But with content creation, you have different streams of income. And even when they're all going okay, you always have to have in the back of your head that one could burst into flames. This one over here could disappear tomorrow. So even when you're doing okay on every little thing, you have to pretend that you only have one thing, if that makes sense. In addition to YouTube for a long time, Facebook, good revenue for my short form content. The other niche that's separate from this one that I do, good revenue coming in, and then something happened with that, to where now I have to talk to a lawyer and figure that out, because there's a lot of money on the table that's just sitting there because Facebook is the way Facebook is, So when those things dip, there's YouTube here, and that's why I'm consistent with posting every day, 3 times a day. I also want to take Sundays off so I don't hate filming these episodes. I'm gonna be real with you. I love the fans that love the show, that don't overthink it. A lot of those fans don't leave there's a majority of people that aren't commenters that may like the show and just watch, and great. But now, out of all 3 things that I do, from stand-up to the other content that I make, the short form content, YouTube, it's the hardest. And YouTube is the least fun, I would say. I know that's terrible to say because I've been doing this the longest. And it's built me such a loyal fan base. But my short form content, it's funny. It makes people laugh. People are happy and grossed out too, cringed out. Stand-up, if you've never done stand-up, I can't explain how fun it is and how much, I don't know. I've been doing this since I was 24 years old. Compared to YouTube, there is an adrenaline that's high that I can't explain the difference between a well-made YouTube video versus getting a bunch of laughs in a room. And, you know, compared to those other two things, you come here and to the YouTube comments sometimes, and it's just a cesspool, dude. It is just, no one's happy. And it's the hardest thing I work at too. So again, not complaining. People don't like it. It is what it is, you know. There's things people have an issue with. And I'm one dude. I can't afford to hire a writing team. Nor do I think that would benefit, you know, it's not me, you know. Also, I can't afford to hire a fact checker, or not a fact checker, but someone to just keep track of all the details. Because again, I do 3 videos a day, 6 days a week. Who's keeping up with that? I can't let you go on vacation, dude. We gotta keep going. So I miss details. Some things are inaccurate. Some things don't line up all the time. But yeah, I'm not, again, that's the nature of the game, you know. That's what you get into it for. I'm just explaining, compared to the other things, this is now the least fun to navigate. Some things are still fun, like the episode with Jonathan. That was fulfilling. I still get fulfilled with it. There's still emotional scenes. There was one comment that bothered me when like Joey was like tearing up about something, and someone's like, yo, the fake tears are killing me. And honestly, bro, a lot of the scenes are like actually emotional. So that person saying like, the fake tears, like, oh, okay. It's just, compared to the other things I'm doing, I'm just like, gotta go here today, you know what I mean? And it's a terrible thing to complain about because it's YouTube. Another thing that got to me was when someone called out when I do this. That's anxiety. It's like panic attacks. And I hate when it shows on camera, but sometimes it slips through the editing and I don't edit them out. Yeah, someone said that annoyed them. It was very nice when everyone liked the green screen and appreciated that was cool. I like that. That made me feel good. Oh yeah, I also wanted to say another reason for no more on the Sunday is because remember when we stopped Sundays? When we went back, I feel like no one caught on that it was back on Sundays. So like Sunday is still like the lowest viewed day out of the week. So it's not like we're missing out on much, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my cathartic rant. Just been a crazy September. It's been a wild, again, people have worse situations. Yeah, that was way longer than I anticipated it for it to be, but it is what it is. That's the video. Please don't take this like it's all doom and gloom, like I hate the series or like I'm overly worked. There are people who work in the mines, oil fields, and the military, and firefighters, and real terrifying hard blue collar labor. I think I'm just not on a lot of sleep, and that's my fault. All right, that's the video for today. There's no other videos today, just this one. We'll be back tomorrow with 3 episodes, and then starting next Sunday, there's no episodes on Sunday again, but 6 days out of the week, we'll still have videos every 3 times a day. So if you made it to the end, thank you. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it.